What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the next game of my YouTube series. Today we have Dry Arabia, we have HRE versus the Delhi Sultanate. The Delhi player, Felipe, is Conqueror 1. The HRE player on the other side, the trade income booster, or the trade income reduced by 10%, aka the Mr. Munch, is Conqueror 2. And yeah, he is playing the HRE. So, first of all, as always, this matchup was used to be really HRE favored, but in the past it kinda went a bit more into the Delhi way again. I still think HRE is a little bit favored, but it's not that hardcore as it used to be. So, gonna speed it up a little bit again. Not too much to go over here in the early game. As the HRE in the early game, you always want to see, okay, where can I build my Aachen Chapel? And if I look over the base here, I would place the Aachen Chapel here. You cover the berries, you cover the TC, the gold, and the wood. So overall, a really good chapel here. He's going for the wood on the right side now. So maybe he has other plans, but for me, this is the chapel spot. So let's see what the Delhi player is doing. He is playing without a mosque. So there is no research being done so far for the Delhi player. He is not getting the production, the scholar garrison production into his military buildings. So maybe he just forgot about the mosque, or maybe he's trying a different build so far. So what HRE used to do in this matchup is they would just go for 2 or 3 barracks in the feudal age and just make men-at-arms contest the sacred sites and then dive into the Delhi economy. And Delhi is not too good in defending the early men-at-arms in the feudal age. What the Delhi players tend to do right now, if they go versus the men-at-arms pushed from the HRE, they will go for a lot of archers with the Tower of Victory, but we can already see the Dome of Faith is coming through. So let's see what Felipe has in mind here. He's going for a delayed mosque right now, but yeah, we have no efficient production, so he's skipping that for the Dark Age. So on the other side, we can see the Aachen Chapel is coming through. I dislike the placement here because you kinda block the area around the Aachen Chapel for farms. And you can also put it a little bit more left to get the wood boost. But yeah, we can already see he's going for the barracks. He's adding a blacksmith, but now he is on the other wood line. So he has no boosted wood income from the Aachen Chapel. So a little misplacement here for the wood villagers, or misgetter placement. And we can already see the first farms are coming through. But yeah, we can see it's not next to the TC, it's next to the chapel. But yeah, if you place the chapel here, 4 tiles away from the TC, you cover the berries, gold, wood, and the TC, and you can place perfect farms. So, 2 men-at-arms are already on the field, and the blacksmith upgrades are getting researched. And at this point, you can just move out with your men-at-arms. Like, he is getting a group of men-at-arms at home, but he can already try to go out, because the Delhi player has a forward gold. It's not in TC range, and since the Delhi player has no production until this point, he's just adding a stable for him right now. He could already idle the gold here. I think he could even attack the mosque here from the left or the right side without getting into the TC range. And yeah, horsemen are being produced, but again, we have 3 men-at-arms already, and they are still at home. So a little bit of a missed timing attack here for the HRE player. And I think at this point you also want to add a second barracks, just to get out more units on the field. But again, he could have been already here. He can deny the archery range if his units are here. He can start attacking the stable, the mosque, and he can also idle the gold. And again, it's minute 6. Delhi player wants to capture the sacred site, and we can see right now he is sending the prelates, the scholars out on the map, trying to capture the sacred site. But this scholar should get intercepted here, since the men-at-arms are coming. So this could be a little kill here. So he sends 1 man-at-arm to chase the other scholar, and he gets the 2 men-at-arm here to follow this one to stop him from capturing the sacred sites. And yeah, we can see more men-at-arms are coming. Second barracks is also coming. And so far, I think the HRE player is in a really good spot. He should deny this sacred site. He should also... maybe the Delhi player is getting the bottom sacred side, but we can already see these men-at-arms are trading really efficient versus the horsemen. You always have to think about that the Delhi player can heal the units back up. So if you have the chance to kill the unit, kill it, because again, they can heal it. It's not like any other Civ. The low injured units will come back. They can get healed and they are just like new horsemen. And we can see right now, first sacred side is getting captured. He lost one scholar on the top sacred side. He is getting this sacred side for a while, but the men-at-arms are on the way, so he should be able to decap it again. We can see more farms are getting placed. We are up to 6 farms already. So we have a good food income so far for the HAE player, and he wants to make more men-at-arms at this point. He has the defense arrow upgrade, and he could also go for the bloomery to get +1 damage on his men-at-arms. But yeah, I think so far he's doing a good job. And again, there are like a lot of horsemen so far for the Delhi player, but only 1 archer at this point. And again, he's decapping the sacred side, and he's gonna kill another scholar here. A little fight going over in the middle. It's 5 horsemen versus 2 or 3 men-at-arms at this point, so the horsemen might take a good trade. But yeah, the men-at-arms, they have 4 ranged armor and 3 melee armor, and these horsemen do 9 damage, so they end up doing 6 damage in total. So yeah. You can also research the melee defense upgrade, the fitted leatherwork, just to reduce the damage by +1 as well. So he's covering this sacred side, he decapped this one. So far there's no sacred side going for the Delhi player. That means the economy is way better so far for the HRE player, because he has all these villagers inspired. So right now he has 23 villagers here, but all of them working 40% more efficient. So instead of having 23 here, he has like 33. Just quick maths, not exactly, but it's a lot more. And there's no sacred side going for the Delhi player, so he has no passive income. So it's going really good so far for the HRE player. And we can see the Delhi player is trying to capture the sacred sites, but we can see some men-at-arms on the sacred side here, and one is also up here. So he has units there to intercept the capturing. And also some men-at-arms are into the economy of the Delhi player already, so he's trying to idle out the food here. He already forced 10 villager idle time. They had to walk back from the barriers to get at the sheep right now. And as soon as the sheep run out, he has to get on the map and try to get food somewhere else. So what the Delhi player, the HRE player should do right now, he could just keep on making men-at-arms, because we can see he is only producing 1 at this point, but he has 17 up still. So right now he's just chasing. That's the only negative part about the men-at-arm. They're really slow. But at this point, you can probably just try to dive into the economy. The goal is most likely to decap the sacred site, but he is going up there for now, and that's the only site the Delhi player has at this point. So he should try to decap that one, and after that he can try to dive into the economy for some idle time for the Delhi player. He has double berries here, so this is like an important spot for him. He's also covering the deers on the bottom side with 1 men-at-arm, so he knows he has a lot of information with his units. And yeah, the sacred site is getting decapped. Some archers are coming out on the field, but we can see he's not making more units at this point. He's just trying to go castle age here, and I think this could be a mistake. The Delhi player on the other side is also going for the castle age, but the plan is really to disrupt the economy for the Delhi player, because if they manage to get castle age, they can make knights themselves, they can make crossbow, so your men-at-arm are not that efficient. And so far he's just running around the map from left and right, trying to stop the sacred sites, but the economy of the Delhi player is most of the times active. And the big plan here for the HRE is to disrupt the economy, force idle time, kill villagers. Yeah, we can see he's going into the economy right now, but the Delhi player is already up to 1600 food and is close to 600 gold. So he is going to age up. So what the HRE player should try to do, he should just try to go ham now. He should dive the base, stop the age up from coming through. You already saw the Delhi player is building barracks. So right now he has men-at-arms on the field, so spearman makes no sense. So he can think about the fact, okay, the opponent is going up. He's also building a mining camp on the stone. That is like a big indicator for him that he is going up to castle age. He wants to gather stone. wants to make keep soon. And yeah, we can see he's aging. On the other side, the Delhi player killed a lot of HRE villagers. So we can see right now 11 eco kills for Delhi player, and we can already see 9 eco difference in total. But yeah, right now he's trying to go next stage. He has 5 men at arms here. They could all be here, stop the Egypt from coming through, and kill villagers as well. And we can see right now 17-20 idols for the Delhi player. The Egypt is not getting built anymore. And if he had more men at arms streaming over, he could stop that from happening for a while. Because we can still see it's 17-10 army overall. And these men at arms do a really good job here versus the horsemen. Even though they're under TC fire, they have 4 ranged armor. So the TC takes a long time to kill these men at arms. So, but we are not making any more units, so that's why the flood will stop at some point and the Egypt will come through here. But again, it's still a decent trade. Even though he's under the TC fire, you can see how long it takes to get these men at arms down. And again, he's on the villagers, more villagers are going down, and the economy count is equaling out. But don't forget, HRE is also going up to the castle age behind this, and he's starting to grab the relics. So we are equal in economy again, but again, we have the inspired villagers under the chapel, so the HRE player is still really far ahead. And we can see how much trouble these men at arms are causing here. The landmark is still not finished, and even though Mr. Munch started aging way later, he's about to finish his castle age at the same time as the Delhi player. So he lost a lot of villagers, but now they ended up killing each 11 villagers on both sides. So yeah, we have an equal eco. He should stop making men at arms now. The Delhi player is castle age, so he is going to make crossbow, he's going to make knights. So right now you don't want to make any more men at arms. The men at arms are basically just for feudal age. So right now you want to go into knights as the HRE player, you want to go into crossbows, and you also want to get the relics. But as we already heard, the Delhi player immediately picked up 3 relics. So there are only 2 more relics on the map. It looks like the HRE player is getting them, but with all the map control he had at this point, it shouldn't be a thing for the Delhi player to grab up 3 relics immediately and bring them home. And again, we can see more men at arms on the food economy of the Delhi player because he has no more sheep at home, or barely any, so he has to go all over the map. We have a lot of injured villagers, and also what the Delhi player should have done here is get the textiles. The upgrade is free. If you have scholars, it takes less than 20 seconds. If you have scholars in the mosque, obviously. So getting these 25 HP on each villagers is a big deal. And again, we can see it's a lot of idle time. Some more villagers are going down left and right. And the HRE player has 2 relics. So at this point, he's in a really good spot. He has to feel really good. You always have to keep in mind, Delhi wants to make keeps. He is with a lot of villagers on stone. He wants to make keeps. He wants to secure important spots. He wants to secure food. And the important part, he wants to start making villagers out of the keeps. We can see Village Fortress is getting researched. And now the HRE player is capturing the sacred sites for himself. So we have 2 relics for the HRE player. That is like equal to 4 relics for any other civ, because HRE with the Ragnar's Cathedral, they get double the amount of gold for a relic. So right now he's making Landsknecht, he's making knights, and he also upgraded his men at arms. Again, I don't think at this point you should do any more men at arms, because HRE Delhi has crossbow, so you can either go into horsemen, you can go into Landsknecht. But I think the big goal here is to go fast Imperial and try to outboom the HRE, the Delhi player. So the first keep is up, so he's not able to push this point anymore. He's just wasting a lot of units here under the keep and against the crossbow. So this is a really, really bad fight here for Mr. Munch. Here is another man at arm on the right side, so he's aware. Okay, he's not gathering food here, and again, this is double food and gold, so this is a really important location here for the Delhi player. More barracks coming through. He's going for spearmen and crossbows at this point. So the best unit here at this point would be archers for HRE. But yeah, most of the HRE players are not going for ranged units. So he's going for the wood line on the left right now, but he could have been here since a while. That means his economy on the wood side would have been boosted here from the Aachen Chapel, and he would have had way more farms. He could have had way more production buildings. And yeah, but he decided to go for this wood line in the beginning, and he still has 10 villagers there, and he's rallying more over. So he's not using his Aachen Chapel to the maximum. You want to get rid of these trees. You want to start making farms around the Aachen Chapel. And we can already see we have 1000 food income per minute because we have a lot of farms already. And again, they're under the Aachen Chapel. Also, what is really important to get the horticulture, because you get 15% more gathering rate, and being inspired under the Aachen Chapel boosts this by a lot. And also, you don't want to build houses here because you want to add farms here in the future. So, but the game is kind of stabilized. We have a 9 villager lead here for HRE. We also have technically 4 relics compared to 3. So we are economically ahead. And now we can see we have Landsknecht and Horseman on the field. But again, he's diving under the keep. So it's not a good trade. So what would I do at this point as the HRE player? Your Aachen Chapel is forward. So it's exposed. So there is a potential. The Delhi player is just placing a keep right here. So what you can do, you can either make a tower here and a tower here, upgrade it with a sprinkler placement, or you can start gathering a little bit of stone and start building your own keep here to protect your farm economy. Because this is like the most important part of the HRE economy, the Aachen Chapel, with all the farms around it. So you really want to protect that area, and you really don't want to lose it. He's walled up on the top side. He could also wall like here to protect his gold. And again, he's placing a siege workshop, but again, he's placing it inside of the Aachen Chapel range or radius. So yeah, you don't want to build anything here. You want to delete that mining camp, you want to delete that and that house, and you want to add more and more farms. At this point, you can have 4 more farms. And I think the big goal here is just to go Imperial. Because you know, okay, Delhi has keeps. Delhi is on the compound of the defender. That means he is going to make villagers out of the keep soon. So I will fall behind more and more economy-wise. The compound of the defender, the village fortress, is completed. So we can see right now he is making villagers out of the keeps. That means he is on 2 GC now. The 3rd keep is finished, so he's technically on 3 town centers already. So you have to think about the fact, okay, he is on keeps. He will make villagers from keeps and TC. I will fall behind more and more in economy. So the play for the HAE player is to go Imperial Age, go with the Palace of Swabia, upgrade your units to the Imperial units, make a lot of villagers yourself, and just out-eco the Delhi player. Because what we can see right now, he's getting pushed back. We have a lot of spearmen and a lot of crossbows for the Delhi player. And this is what I was talking about. The farms are all forward, so he is starting to lose villagers here. And this, again, is the most important part of your economy. These are all the farms. You don't really want to lose them here. He's raiding on the other side, so he's doing a good job raiding-wise. But again, his food villagers are getting idled right now. And there's only 4 villager lead at this point. We were up to 10 villager lead already, but because the Delhi player is making villagers from all the keeps and the TC, he is catching up here. Some Vololos happening on the other side, forcing a lot of idle time, forcing a lot of attack time here, because you cannot attack here. The best thing here would have obviously be to steal the relics, but this is like a really rare case where it happens. So he has to burn down the mosque, he has to start stealing the relics, and he has to protect the prelates here. But now we can see again what I was talking about earlier. The farms are forward and unprotected, and the Delhi player is just sitting now on the siege workshop. He's gonna take out the mangonel here, and he is idling all these farms. And we can see we have 18 idles, and the food income per minute will drop rapidly here for the HAE player. Big mangonel shot is coming in though, so all these units are really low. So these Landsknecht could come in really, really big here. But the Delhi player moving the army behind the TC So he kind of gave up on it already, because all these units are really low, and a few units are able to clean these up. So right now he has to get back to work. And yeah, the big goal here again is go Imperial. The eco count is equaled out, and it will get worse and worse the longer the game goes. More villagers are getting killed here, so the Delhi player is utilizing the last units he have here in the base. He killed some more villagers here and there. And we can see the next keep is coming up, or the Delhi player is at least trying to get it up. So we have one keep here, 2, 3, that means 4. As soon as all these keeps are up, we have technically 5 TCs compared to 1. So that means the Delhi player makes 15 villagers in a minute, while the HOE player is only making 3 per minute. So if the economy is working for the Delhi player, he can make villagers all the time. If he has a solid food income, he will pull ahead really fast here. But the Mr. Munch, he is making more and more units. If he's stopping to produce units at this point, he's making 1 man-at-arm, 2 horsemen, and 1 Landsknecht. That is like 400 food. He also has 2k gold in the bank. So the play here, stop making units, buy some food, go Imperial, upgrade this tower with a bombard emplacement, get a relic inside, protect your farms, just out-eco your opponent, upgrade your horsemen, upgrade your men-at-arms, start raiding the Delhi player to the death, and just beat him with stronger units because you have Imperial upgrades and the Delhi player is still in Castle Age. But he is not doing that. He's adding more units here and there. He's adding siege himself. And we have a lot of unused space around the Aachen Chapel. So there's space for like 12, 15 more farms around it. And that would boost your food income super hard. Instead, he's trying to trap down the keep of the Delhi player. But with the recent nerf of keeps, with the recent nerf of trebuchet, one trebuchet takes a long time to take out one keep. Because we can see it's doing around 400 damage. The keep has 5000 HP, so the trap has to shoot like 13 times. But the Delhi player can obviously repair his keep. So it will take a long time for him to get this keep down with only one trap. That means he has to invest into another one. But imagine he's Imperial, he can just make a bombard and can just mowing that down. He has elite horsemen here, he has elite men-at-arms, and he can just protect the siege and he can start pushing forward. And if this keep goes down, he can start take out these farms as well. So the Delhi player has to invest into more farms in a safer location. So he's just not using the strength of his Civ right now. So the strength of HRE is you go fast castle, you start to get some relics, you can go for the men-at-arm play in the feudal age to buy some time because Delhi wants to capture the sites. But now we can see Delhi player has the bottom side, he has the top sacred side, and he has the middle sacred side not under control yet. But he has a wall here, so if he's managing to re-wall that, he can just capture it again, and then he can start his own win condition. And now we can see we have a 20 villager lead for the Delhi player already. And HRE is still in Castle Age, floating 3,000 food here, gold here. So again, make a marketplace, buy food, go Imperial, start equaling out the economy. Because we have 4 keeps for the Delhi and the TC, so he's on 5 TC. But with the Palace of Swabia and the normal TC for the HRE, he's like on 4.5 TC himself. So he's not going to fall behind too much. And the important part is he can upgrade his units. He can go Elite Horseman, he can have better Blacksmith upgrades, he can go for University, get the University upgrades. So he just has stronger units. And then he can just attack him again. But he's not falling behind in eco. And now he's just losing his siege here, because the Delhi player is making the Springlets. And yeah, if you are imp as well, you can just make 1 Culverine, and 1 Culverine can clean up every castle siege. He has 3 Springlets, no problem, I just one-shot the Springlets, I just pull back, use my range advantage, and yeah, 1 Culverine can do a really good job here. And yeah, the longer he's staying in Castle Age, the lower his chance to win. The longer he stays in Castle Age, the lower his chance to win is here. And yeah, we can see he is 8 army now. We have 36 on the opponent's side. He is going up with the Palace of Swabia now. But this could have been done 10 minutes ago. And then he would be on like 110, 120 villages already. He has Imperial upgrades, and he has to just protect this location here. He has a tower here, make a tower here, upgrade it with a bombard emplacement, make a culverin, upgrade your units, and start pushing out slowly but surely. But yeah, now it's minute 27, and now he hits Imp, but the Delhi player is already on 90 villagers for himself. So again, if this would have been 10 minutes earlier, the Delhi player would still be on 60 villagers, while the HAE player can be on 80, 90, or even to 100. And then his economy is just better, and he will just make more units, make men-at-arms, make horsemen, make a bombard and a culverin, and just start pushing back here. So now he's Imp, not upgrading any units so far. He is now going for the Elite Knight upgrade and the Elite Men-at-Arm upgrade. I don't understand the Knight upgrade at this point, because we have a lot of crossbow here. So I think Men-at-Arm and Horsemen are probably a better choice, because you don't have the economy at this point to make a lot of Knights. So just go for Horsemen, get a Culverin out, get a Bombard out. You can also go for Spearmen, because the HAE Spearmen are really strong. But yeah, now he's Imperial, and he's still 40 villagers behind, because we have so many keeps for the Delhi player that is producing villagers. So as Delhi, at this point, you feel in a decent spot. And we can see the Delhi player is going for the Hisar Academy himself now. And he will start researching his Imperial upgrades as well. They will take a long time, obviously. He's also going for the Hisar Academy. I think the Palace of Sultan, where you get the hand cannoneer elephant, is the way better choice. But yeah, he's getting in. That's the important part. He can start researching his upgrades. And he has still the army lead. And he can see right now, okay, the Delhi player is, the HAE player is going for knights. And he has spearmen already. He has a lot of barracks prepared. So we can see more archery ranges and more barracks are getting dropped. So for him, going spearman and crossbow is a fine choice. And again, he's 40 villagers ahead. He has the map control. He has 2 sacred sets going for himself. So the Delhi player should feel really good at this point. So what I expect right now, either the Delhi player is starting to hold all 3 sides. He has already some stone walls up. So he can either play for the sacred sides right now, or what I would do if I am the Delhi player, I would try to push out and go for a really aggressive keep. Again, these farms are unprotected, so if you place one keep here, you have the army lead right now, you have more than double the military count. So if you place a keep right here, you can shut down a lot of food economy for the HAE player. And we can see one Culverin is out, and the Culverin is doing a really good job here, cleaning all this shit up. But now we have the war elephant, and because the Mr. Munch is making a lot of cavalry units, these elephants counter it really well. And we can see the game is over. He lost his entire army. He has no map control anymore. And yeah, he lost his army. That's the most important part. His economy is about to get idled. He has no protection at home. So yeah. What should the HAE player do different here? First of all, the man-at-arm play was good. You killed a lot of villagers for the Delhi player. In the end, you lost a lot of villagers at home because you were probably getting raided and not paying attention. So if you don't lose the villagers in the beginning and you kill 10 villagers on the other side, then you go Castle Age yourself, you get up the relics, you go fast Imperial, you just out-eco the Delhi player, and you should be in a really fine spot. So that's the game for the day. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next. Peace.